Today we are taking a walk inside Mount Kenya forest just to find out where the Ark of the Covenant is, which has been missing. We are convinced that the Ark of the Covenant is here with us, Kirinyaga County, Mount Kenya. And this is where we are, just in search of the Ark of the Covenant. We want to know exactly where the Ark of the Covenant is. I welcome you once again to Extra Mile Educative Channel. I am your host, Shujaa, as we talk about the Ark of the Covenant being in Kirinyaga, Mount Kenya forest. Extra Mile Educative Channel is taking you through the facts to indicate that the Ark of the Covenant is here with us, Mount Kenya. You can see we are at the farthest corner of Mount Kenya from Kirinyaga side. You can see the electric fence, which is preventing us from getting the wrath of elephants. With our forest, Mount Kenya forest, and in Kirinyaga, we want to ask ourselves a question. Is Kenya mentioned in the Bible? And I want to say yes. Why? If we look at Zephaniah 3 verse 10, it says that those people who are scattered and living beyond Ethiopian rivers will come to offer, to bring their offerings. Who are those who live below Ethiopia? It's definitely, these are Kenyans. Why? For many years, Kenya did not have a name. Kenya got its name Kenya in 1895. That is just the other day. Our grandfathers, our grandmothers have told us that. And before this, Kenya was just known as the country of Kirinyaga. And not many people knew what to refer to Kenya. We have several verses in the Bible, and I'm sure you'll do, as you go through your Bible, you'll be able to see what we are talking about. We are saying that Kenya has been properly mentioned in the Bible. So when we talk about the Ark of the Covenant and connecting Kirinyaga and Israel, then we have every other fact. And we are so much convinced as Extra Mile Educative Channel that the Ark of Covenant is here in Kirinyaga. And not very far from where I'm studying, because inside here is the forest. We are actually inside the forest. And I know it is just a matter of time before we locate that Ark of the Covenant. Now, I want to start that story from the way it has been told that the Ark of the Covenant was actually made by Moses. We know it was made in the desert of Sinai, and Moses was told to put quite a number of items, including the manna, a sample of manna, including the 10 Commandments, and the garments that the priests were being made to wear. This Ark of the Covenant, we all know the kind of material that made the Ark of the Covenant. Not forgetting the acacia or wood, the acacia wood, not forgetting the gold, not forgetting the sides that were made with knobs, then the rods that were helping the priests carry it wherever they went. And the Ark of the Covenant was such an expensive box that was actually given directives by God himself, and it was made exactly how he wanted it to be. However, the Ark of the Covenant is known by the Jews and everybody at large that it was such a monumental and a symbolic representation of God himself. It's no wonder that whenever the Jews or the Israelites were on their way to Canaan, the promised land, they carried the Ark of the Covenant. Look at it this way, that the Israelites would not have been able to cross River Jordan were it not for the Ark of the Covenant. Look at it. When they went and reached the promised land, they were able to enter the cities, including Samaria and Jerusalem, through taking it round, 7 times, without even fighting. Yet we know the kind of people, very strong men, the Jebusites, the Perusites, the the Canaanites, all those people who occupied that land. But do you know what? Through the ark, they were able to win the battle and they were able to occupy that land. Straightforward. Solomon is able to build the temple, and in a big ceremony, the Ark of the Covenant is made to enter in the temple. Now, the question is, do we have the Ark of the Covenant in Israel? And I want to say no. Why do I say no? Did you know that when people heard about Solomon, they all wished to meet this guy? And among the people who wished to meet this guy is a lady, and I respect this lady, the Queen of Sheba. Queen of Sheba made the journey from Ethiopia to Jerusalem. Queen of Sheba met Solomon. This has historical facts. We have religious facts. When we look at the Bible, it has severally talked about Queen Sheba. Look at 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1 to 12. In fact, the whole story about Queen Sheba is very well mentioned. We know that when Queen Sheba stayed in Jerusalem, just getting to hear about King Solomon, she said, "How fortunate are those who listen to you every day." But then again, Solomon said, "Ask me for anything, and I shall give it to you." So verse 12 says that Queen Sheba had the privilege of asking for anything. The historical facts and the maids that we listen to in Ethiopia, the Holy Quran talks about it, the Bible talks about it. Queen Sheba asked for a child. And it is true, Queen Sheba had the privilege of spending a night or so with Solomon, and out of it, she got a son. That son, when she gave birth, some maids say that she gave birth to the boy while she was away or on the way back to Ethiopia. But then again, when she gave birth to that child, she said, "This is the son of the wise man," and he called him Menelik. So any historian will know who Menelik is. We have Menelik 1 and Menelik 2. Remember, we are following the path of the Ark of the Covenant so that we see this Ark is in this forest, Mount Kenya Forest in Kirinyaga County. When the boy, Menelik 1, was 20 years, and the boy wanted to know, who is my father? And Queen Sheba never beat about the bush. In fact, Queen Sheba gave Menelik a ring that she had been given by Solomon. So Menelik goes back to Jerusalem, and he starts the lessons there, and he's taught about the religion of the Jews. The nobles, the priests, and the people of Israel were not very comfortable with Menelik, and they knew this young man is from Africa, Ethiopia, and therefore when they complained to Solomon, he didn't have a choice. So he asked the nobles to take back this son of Queen Sheba, Menelik 1, back to Africa. This is where now we start getting the story of the Ark of the Covenant. The nobles knew that there would be something of value that they would carry, that they knew that would always give them success, that would always give them positive things. So what they did, now that they knew Israel so well, they made a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, placed it in the temple, and they went away with the original Ark of the Covenant to Africa. Where? Ethiopia. At least the stories and the myths tell us that Solomon was able to notice that. The myths say God talked to Solomon at night, and he was able to know that the Ark of the Covenant that was in the temple was not genuine. But then again, he knew there was nothing that he would do. He didn't want to expose the son. So what he does, at this juncture is to call his people and tell them the whole story, but ask them to keep quiet. So we see the ark leaving Jerusalem to Ethiopia. And later on, of course, we see that the battles the Israelites went through after that, including the battle against the Babylonians, they would easily lose it. Why? They had lost the Ark of the Covenant. Now, quickly forward. The Ark of the Covenant, once it was very well in Ethiopia, some people got to know. We all can remember the battles that were going on in Italy, and those people who are historians knows about the unification of Italy between 1815 and 1870, where we had battles between the Pope and the Holy Emperors. When this happened, these people, it's like they knew where the Ark of the Covenant was, the original Ark of the Covenant. And that is in Ethiopia. What do they do after this? Once it was strong, Italy was strong and was united, they came to Africa looking for the Ark of the Covenant. What we find? We find Ethiopia fighting. And the historians will talk about the Battle of Adowa. You know, this is the battle that actually brought the Pan-Africanism of Africans. And we can say Ethiopia is the mother of Pan-African spirit. So Italians were easily fought. They lost it to Ethiopia. So the Ark of the Covenant remained in Ethiopia. Thank you for watching part 1 of this video, where I'm giving you facts about the Ark of the Covenant, which we believe is in Mount Kenya, and in particular, Kirinyaga side of the mountain. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so that you will be notified when part 2 of this great discovery is uploaded.